I think that parents don't really realize how much they don't know about what's going on online. If you ask them uh, how involved they are in their kids' online world, they're going to say, "Yes, of course, I know exactly what's going on. I know everything that's going on with my kids' world." And if you ask them if they want to, they say, "Of course, yes, I do." And then if you press the answer, you say, "Oh, really? So you know all of the sites that your child is going to, you know all of your child's online friends, you know everything that they're doing." They're like, "Oh, well, well, maybe." There's legislation that is predicated on the parents being very involved in their child's online world and wanting to know what's going on and wanting to manage all the information that's there. And we're just not seeing it actually follow through in anecdotal kind of situations. I've got thousands and thousands of parents that we talk to on a weekly basis, and frankly, they don't realize what the government is expecting them to, how much the government is expecting that they're involved in their kids' lives. So I respond to it that whatever the government would like me to keep track of as a site operator and as an ethical site operator, I will do that. But I do agree with the sentiment of the note in that it does feel a little bit like the site operators are being asked to do basically a parenting responsibility, and to say that it's not the parent's responsibility to be paying attention to the information that a child is giving, I don't think that that's fair. I do think that COPPA is there, the spirit of COPPA is there to make sure that sites are not nefariously taking information from children and selling it or doing, bad behavioral marketing sort of tactics with it. And the fact that the law exists for that reason, fantastic. If you're too afraid to be engaged at the level that we're asking you to be engaged at, you're going to miss the good stuff too, like the amazing fan blogs that kids are creating and the amazing call to actions that they're doing for social good campaigns. Like, kids are doing some amazing stuff online. So if you get too afraid and bar them from it, or you're just ignoring it, you're going to miss the good things while not protecting them sufficiently from the bad things. Honestly, it's conversations. It's conversations and asking your child what they're working on, who they're talking to, just casual conversations that you would do in any other situation where you're parenting the child. I think a lot of parents, because technology has advanced at such a pace that is daunting to even us professionals, how quickly we have to adopt new technology and adopt new paradigms of thinking about how to multitask and information. I think parents who aren't in the industry just feel overwhelmed by how much they're expected to know. But it doesn't matter. Like, this is a new era of parenting, and if your child are there, it's your responsibility as a parent to learn as much as you're able to learn. If you're not interested in what they're doing, they're your kid and they have some new interest, and so you should be engaged in what that interest is so that you can be the engaged parent that you want to be and that you should be. So having a vibrant online network of kids that you're hanging out with, hopefully it's in a safe community like Animal Jam, but wherever they are, if they are making fan blogs or they're drumming up support for some sort of social good campaign, it's good to know what your kid is doing. Ask them about it, ask them questions, leading questions, so that you can understand their involvement in it. And if it goes into areas that you're not comfortable in, make sure that you come up with family parameters for what they should. If you understand what they're doing, then you can have rules for how they're able to engage. But if you don't even understand what they're doing online, you can't even have that next parenting conversation of these are the parameters by which you're allowed to do my big thing is stop bragging about not knowing about technology. That's not cool. You wouldn't brag about your child knowing more about sex and drugs than you. Don't brag about your child knowing more about technology than you do. There are resources, and there are a growing number of resources out there for helping parents get acclimated to this new social world that we have, and tools to help a parent not be so scared and not cultivate a culture of fear, but to really have a positive, engaging relationship with their child and their child's online experience, just as they do in the offline world.